What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on our channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we open this spot to talk about DJ related content such as product reviews, tips and tricks, just tell our stories and share it with you guys so we can share some knowledge. So if you're a new DJ or a seasoned DJ, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's roll this intro. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. We got our boy Smiley today, and today we're going to talk about photo booth. And well, he's gonna share with us what got him into photo booth, and the benefits, the pros, the cons, alongside with the little PowerPoint that I made to just stay on track, like I always say. So Smiley, let me know, man. How did you get started with photo booth? Like, what got you into photo booth?
Man, so people actually started asking if we knew someone with a 360 booth, and
Okay.
honestly, I didn't know anybody that had one at the time. So, we turned down a couple clients basically because they wanted the 360, and once I talked to my friend about it, we basically got one from eBay. I know some people actually, they range from like 1,500 to like 2,500. I got mine for like 600, I want to say, and then got the iPhone after. But then after that, people even started asking for a regular standalone photo booth.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of me saying no, I actually said yes, we got one, even though we didn't have it. So we just we just bought it, and got one again from the Walmart website actually. That was like 600 also.
Walmart.
And yeah, Walmart.com. They
Oh,
shipped it out.
okay.
Yeah, and then I got like a refurbished iPad from Amazon. It's like 200, which
Uh-huh.
so far has been doing good. But yeah, basically that had to learn the software, the digital backdrops, how to create the borders. Um, but yeah, started seeing that people do ask for them quite often, and even now you go on Facebook groups for weddings or quinceañeras,
Yeah.
they're asking for DJs with photo booth or DJs with 360. A lot of people don't
Gotcha.
want to deal with like different vendors now. They want like a one-stop shop now. So
Yeah.
that's
So the
what we're doing.
simplicity.
Yeah, yeah, simplicity. Just dealing with one person. Well,
Uh-huh.
not one person, but one team. Let's say one team, because it's basically a
Yeah.
group of people handling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is one of the biggest misconception that people have about like photo booths that you will say?
Um, I'd say.
It also depends on the style, right? Because like some people want like the old school photo booth, and some
Oh,
people want like the new joints, like the salsa booth looking like,
yeah.
or or like you said, like the 360 booth. But some people want like the old school one, the one that you actually go into the booth, you sit
Oh,
down,
yeah.
and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so like
So
what do you say? It's like, like the biggest, well, obviously the biggest difference is like the size of the damn thing, because the, the
yeah,
the old school photo booth is huge,
yeah,
like, and then there's also like I said, that the standalone booth. There is the mirror booth. There's like
yeah,
anything
yeah,
booth. So
yeah,
there's so many that. So it's essentially what got you in is like so many, like a lot of people were asking for it,
yeah,
and instead of you turning it down, you just like might as well just purchase one, because you're gonna make money out of it anyways,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Basically, yeah.
So that, yeah, so that makes sense. And what did you start it with, the 360, or did you start it with like the regular photo booth?
The 360, because I
Okay.
guess that was hitting at the time. That was hitting at the
Hmm.
time.
Okay.
When I had first originally seen them when they first came out, I said, nah, 3,000. I wasn't paying that for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the one that
Um.
when they first came out. I want to say, but I guess prices dropped after a couple years. Same
Yeah.
thing with standalone photo booths. They were pretty much expensive a couple years ago,
Yeah.
and you know they're not as expensive now, basically. But yeah, so even now was I guess trending is like the mirror photo booth. Um, but they actually made one like 1500, which I was thinking about looking into that one too, because it's
Uh-huh.
small, and I mean, if it'll make me money, and I see people renting it out, I'm cool with it. Might as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
But
Yeah. And like you said, you run your photo booth not necessarily with your DJ business, but you have it like on the side too. So if you
mhm.
can like book it as just the photo booth, it goes out, and then you
Yeah,
just
definitely.
sit it. Do you run it or do you pay somebody else to run it for you?
So we actually mainly we offer like a drop off. Well, if people want to try to lowball or their budget, they're like,
Uh
well,
huh.
look, I could do this for you. Say for example, 350 for all day. I'll come to the venue, install it, and come pick it up by 11 p.m. If you want
Uh
it an
huh. Okay.
hour after, it's another 150. I'm like, but that's just a photo booth and a digital backdrop, not like and I'll just throw in like photo props in there.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, a lot of people like the drop off because there's no attending, basically. And again, I get to go home or do other stuff. If I
Yeah, we'll
don't,
make money.
yeah. And so we say, if you want it for 2 3 hours, it's more expensive because we also got to pay the attendant. And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's a little bit expensive. I'm like, okay, so I got this other one for all day and digital pictures all day. So
Yeah.
basically, that's like what you call a
Passive income?
discount or yeah, a
Oh, like
discount
a
or
discount. Yeah.
yeah, for people. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Now, do you provide your own wireless internet, or do
Um,
they have? It's a requirement that they have to have internet
no,
for
yeah.
the
So
app
the
to work.
iPad is like what you call this the
Cellular?
cellular one. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
that's
okay. So it has. Okay.
yeah. Instead of
All right.
having
Yeah.
like
That's good.
a separate Wi-Fi,
Uh
I
huh.
got it with the cellular. But if for
Yeah.
any case, I wish to carry the separate Wi-Fi, test out both and see if it works fine with just the cellular data, or if we gotta leave the Wi-Fi there.
All right. So you do have an external Wi-Fi,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
So yeah,
hotspot type of thing.
yeah, just in
Oh,
case. Yeah.
okay. Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, man, buddy. Question for you: do you
Buddy.
have any other type of services besides DJing, like photo booth? And if so, like, do you? Because I've seen your videos, but I've never seen a photo booth. So I don't know if you run a photo booth. If you do, let us know what type, because that's what we're talking about, photo booths. But thank you for stopping by, definitely. So now let's talk about, depending on the event, do you have a different setup for each event? Meaning the pro for a quinceañera, or the way you're gonna set up for a quinceañera, might not be the same as for a wedding or a regular party. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes for like weddings, it's more like, it's obviously it's more fancy. So
Yeah.
you use the extensions thing and then the red carpet, and like make it look very nice, as opposed to, like you say, a drop off. If it's a drop off for a birthday party, you're not gonna put all that stuff in there. There's really not much of a need, if it's not, unless it's a 360. I'm guessing that
Mm.
you will use that. But how do you work it?
Oh no, yeah. So we still offer those as drop off too. So, but we do them as add-ons. So the
Okay.
pricing starts at 350. If they want the extensions and the red carpet, we basically call it like the red carpet experience. It's another
Okay.
150 for that. Like
Now
the hotspot, we charge 20. If they want the hotspot, it's 20.
$20
Um,
per hour, or $20 for the whole
no,
event?
for the event, if they want us to add
Okay.
the hotspot to it, yeah, because
Okay.
they don't know that. Um, what is it? And if they want us to do like the boomerang or other features on the iPad on the photo booth,
Uh-huh.
I'll charge an additional $30 $40 for it. And I'll show them because a lot of people, grown ups might not know what a boomerang is or
Yeah.
what's the other one?
That, that,
And- yeah, Boomerang. Then you got the other one. What's the one that does the like the video with like different pictures?
Uh, I know what it's called, but I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know
you could
what you
take
mean.
like 2 or 3 pictures and it creates like a small video.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Okay, but Buddy says he doesn't do booth because there's no time for it. You're right.
yeah,
For me too, like I feel like it takes a lot. It could take a lot of your time as a DJ if you're just doing it by yourself. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Like
yeah,
some people find it fun, some people don't.
yeah.
Like so, Buddy, if they ask you for that, do you say yes and then just hire somebody else to do it for you, or do you refer the client to somebody else? Because that's another way, and that's why Smiley started doing it himself because he was losing clients because they
Yeah.
wanted it in everything in one spot. DJ with photo booth, and I know a lot of DJs do it, like myself or Smiley, but there's people that don't, that,
Yeah.
like you, decide not to do it and sub it out. But when you sub it out, do you take the event, the gig, take the money, and then you get somebody else, or do you refer to somebody else?
Yeah.
And then he said too many people getting hit with the 360 booth. Uh, you know what? It has happened to us like
Yeah. It's
twice,
happened.
but it's like I don't understand. Like you see this thing is spinning. Why the hell are you stepping right
Yeah.
where the arm is?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they do this.
No, I had one guy put his daughter down, and then he told her to get off, and the thing
Uh,
was still spinning. I had to hold the thing quick. So I'm always ready, especially when there's like kids under the age
kids,
of two
yeah.
or that. I'm always ready just to hold the get the bar. But yeah,
Okay.
I did tell the dad. I was like, "Yo," he's like, "Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that." You good,
Okay,
man? Just
so it's my buddy said we give them to someone we know. Okay, so he just refers it to somebody else, which it's valid. You're still sharing, and hopefully that those companies or small companies, whatever, can refer your business too whenever they get asked for DJ services. But again, the luxury of like Smiley is that it's all in one. Hey, you want DJ, yes, but I can also provide photo booth.
yeah,
You want it
yeah,
like this, you want it like that. So it's pretty good. And Buddy says they do. So yeah, so that's a perfect networking. That's a
yeah,
perfect way of networking. And
yeah.
so let me just hop on into the slide that I was talking about.
So yeah,
So talking about the photo booth business, we have traditional and enclosed booths. Well, let me put ourselves because I can't see ourselves in here. There. So we have the traditional enclosed book photo booth, which are the really big ones that it's rarely used. However, there are events that do require this type of photo booth, and there's still people that sell this type
yeah,
of photo booth. We have the open air booth, which are the salsa booth or standalones, what you call it as standalones. And there's a 360 booth, which obviously we already know is the spinning one. Equipment that are basic for especially the traditional one is, you need a camera, a DSLR, and for the other two, you can use an iPad or a phone. So, and obviously you need a ring light or some type of light to
yeah,
to shine on the people that are doing this. So now this is just pictures. So this is an open air, like I said, like the salsa booth and the 360. And so this is kind of how it looks, right, Smiley? If they get the red
yeah,
carpet thing, something
yeah.
like this. Yeah,
Similar
so
to that.
that looks kind of fancy. Aside from like the course hanging, which I guess they can do a better job, but besides that, like, it looks nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then
yeah,
this was the traditional one, which it's a heck of a load to like
yeah,
give, like take it somewhere. And there's also like the mirror booth. I have a friend, well, not a friend, but I know them very well, and they do the mirror booth. And man, the way they have to dolly that thing because it's so heavy and it's
yeah,
bulky. So,
yeah.
but it looks nice though. Once it's
Oh
on,
yeah,
it's really nice.
yeah. No, yeah. It does got that. It does give that classy look, but yeah, like you say, it is heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And Buddy says, how many people do you bring? Do you need two, maybe more if just yourself? What happens if the photo booth has a problem when you're mixing? Good question, and that's something that we can discuss right now. Because I'm gonna say this: when I only have the 360, I don't have the luxury. Smiley got both the open air and the 360. So when I get a 360 included with my DJ services, I always bring someone else, which is my wife. She's the one that runs the 360 because I don't have time and I don't want to worry about it. It's just she runs it, and that's it. Now, Smiley, in your case, do you have people that goes with you on 360 situations only, or like the open air ones too? Like, how do you work with this type
Um,
of scenarios?
yeah. So with the 360, my wife runs it. Runs
Hmm.
it. We've actually had a wedding about a month ago. They got both the 360 and the standalone photo booth, and we
Dang.
basically put them. Yeah, that's why I said, and we basically put them next to each other from a good distance, though. So
Yeah,
my
yeah,
wife was able to see the people using the photo booth, and she was running the 360, and we had them outside though because there was no room inside. Um, but yeah, but they had a good time. In that case, in that sense. But now when we do the if we're mixing, we're DJing,
uh huh.
um if they don't request for prints, if it's just digital, we don't get nobody else. We just
Yeah,
go test it out, make sure it works. And to this day, knock on wood, haven't had no any issues.
yeah. So okay, so let's just say you well rewind for 360. You need somebody.
Yes.
Period. Point blank, you need someone there to run it and make sure that no one is around and blah 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 blah.
Yep.
For safety reasons and all of that. So for 360, we definitely need someone there.
Mhm.
Now, for the open air one, you don't need a person there unless they want prints because they need to be switching the paper or the machine might break or something. But what happens if you have an open air one? Do you take a person with you on open air if it's digital, or you just leave it, or no, just it's just you,
No, no, it would just be us. Yeah, no, we
just you.
don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
see, they
if
don't
the
want an
if
attendant.
the machine stops working for some reason, but you're in the mix, you're doing your thing, what happens?
Shoot, yeah, I'll be like, I could partially give you give you like a refund. But no, yeah, in that case, you actually made a good point there. I'm gonna have to definitely get like a secondary iPad now, like a
Well,
backup
yeah.
iPad.
So you know what, and that's the only thing that,
It's
like,
really
for
the
me, and I'm glad the body brought it up because that was gonna be one of my questions. Like, do you have someone coming with you to every single event? Because it's a completely different thing
yeah,
that is being run. And again, all of this, everything that we work with is electronics, and
yeah,
at any given time, it can give up.
yeah,
So, like, that's what I'm saying. And if it's just you, or like, let's say if it's just me, and then somebody comes out to me and tells me, "Hey, your photo booth is not working," but I'm in the middle of the party, I can't stop the
yeah,
party just to go and fix that thing. That's why you always, I feel like no matter what, you need someone just in case to be there. Yo, do this, go reboot it, or do something. So I mean, that's something that to also keep in mind while running the business. And Buddy said my wife is running the wedding. Laugh a lot. She's my boss. My wife doesn't run the weddings, but she's still my boss.
yeah, yeah. Same here. Yeah,
That's how it is.
yeah,
That's how it is.
man.
But yeah, buddy, like your wife is like she runs the whole thing, which like Pee Wee is what your wife is to you. Pee Wee is to me. He handles everything, like talking to the people and the clients and anything that's from the booth forward. He handles, but back end, like all the load, everything before the event and behind the booth on the event, it's me. But it's always good to have someone else, and I cannot stress enough how much your life changes, and it's so much easier when you have somebody else with you, dealing with separate things, because there's
Mhm.
so much that you can take at one point, and you don't want to like
Yeah.
break down or something, you know.
Yeah.
And what is the most unique or creative setup you've ever done for a photo booth per
Um.
request?
Well, it's funny because at this point we haven't had like I know a lot of people do like the flower backdrops and stuff,
Yeah.
and at this point we haven't had anyone request anything, just like the red carpet and the extensions. Other than that, we just do digital backdrops or use their backdrop because I guess they see it as what you call they're saving money in a way because that's another 150 for the backdrop,
Uh-huh.
um, just to set it up and for them. So a lot of them, many of them that we've had, they're like, well, we already paying this much for the DJ. Um, let's try not to spend as much. And if they, so we do even say if they hire us as DJ to DJ, I'll be like, look, I'll give you the photo booth for 250 all night. I'll even drop it, because like it's something simple. It doesn't take a lot. But that's just
But
starting out, just a regular, nothing
but in
extra.
this case, you're offering the standalone photo booth.
Yeah, yeah, the standalone photo booth on that case.
Okay.
We don't offer
Okay.
the before that
The
now.
360. Yeah, no. That's more money. That's more money, definitely.
No.
No, I feel you on that one. So okay, now let's talk about like the gear. How where do you get your gear, and like your add-ons? Do you have packages for your 360 or your open air? Do you have packages? What comes in your packages? Like how do you make that work for your
Um,
clients?
so we don't do packages. We have I think I should still at least have some kind of packages on the side. But as of right now, everything we just do like add-ons.
Okay.
Say for example, like I was stating, we start off at 350 for the drop off. If they want extensions, that's 150 add-on. If they want us to create the digital backdrop, that's 50. We charge props 50, another 50. So all these add-ons just keep adding up. But we don't do packages because people same thing with like DJ, they'll try to break them apart. They're like, I want this, but I don't want this. So we do have clients try to do that, most of the time.
Okay, so for you is you sell the photo booth itself, and then anything that they want, like you will say, okay, we have this, and this. Would you want any of this? Is this much?
Yeah,
As opposed
basically.
to like if you get all of this, you get it's for this much,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So Buddy says Top Light DJ has 360 booth. They run for 500 or 550. What did yours run? Like how much you charge or how much money you profit out of a photo booth every time it goes out.
Yeah.
So
So,
in
oh, go ahead.
in order to like get that, how much did your photo booth cost? So let's just talk about like one at a time. Your open air one. How much did it cost you?
That one I'm gonna say about 550, 500 with taxes. Yeah, 550.
Okay, 550. So you
Yeah,
spent 550 on that. Now it obviously comes with you need an iPad.
yeah.
How
Uh,
much was your iPad?
250.
250 for the iPad.
250 for
Okay,
the.
plus the cellular line because you need line
Yeah,
for
that's
that
like
on internet.
yeah. What did you say? Like
Okay,
$40 a month, maybe.
all right, 40. So far it's $840. You do have the case, the protection, and all that. Oh, did it come with it? Or you had to
No,
buy it
no,
separately?
yeah,
No.
no. I didn't get the case with it. I just leave mine built. So
Okay. All right.
instead,
So
I just put the head on. Go ahead.
So let's say you spend on the machine itself with everything digital for $840.
Hmm.
How much do you charge per day? Like to use it?
Mm,
Like 'cause you said you leave it for a whole day for like you said 350, I think.
yeah, yeah. So if it
Okay,
goes out, say 4 days, that's what 1,200
yeah. So
or somewhere.
let,
Yeah,
let's say if you do 350 for one event, I guess for one event 350, right? So 350. So in 3 events, you already got your money back.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then after that, everything else is pretty much profit.
yeah,
So
yeah,
let's just take $100 for your like the line because the iPad you already have it. So just
yeah,
take $100 for the line and gas, and then 200, 250. It's like your profit pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
So
And again,
that's pretty good.
th- yeah, and again, that was just starting price. Like I was saying, with
Yeah, yeah,
everything we charge, I'll charge. Anything, even the iPad features on the Luma booth, I'll
yeah.
charge extra if they want that feature. It's like no,
Yeah.
they're locked. You can't use them
Smiley
unless
says if you breathe in this booth, you got to pay for that too.
basically, man. Yeah. So yeah, seen that video. It's like anything we could charge for it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right though. You're right on that. Buddy say he sees photobles starting at 4.99 for 3 hours. So I want to say like my 360 photo booth. I run it for 650 for 3 hours. But that includes my wife, the assistant or whatever you want to call it. That and and obviously the 360 itself. We put like few lights around to make it to make it look nice. And I don't have a red carpet yet because they haven't asked for one, so I don't have the
Yeah,
need to. But I guess like looking at it here in this picture, I'm like it kind of looks nice.
yeah,
It does look nice. But I guess it could be an add-on, like you said.
yeah,
It
yeah,
could be an add-on. But I do charge 650 for 3 hours for the 360 photo booth. And the
yeah,
reason why is because you have someone there. So you
yeah,
have to take consideration their time, you have to pay them, which
yeah.
my wife pays herself, I guess. And then the rest goes into like the photo booth account type of thing. So and it's a good it's a good amount of money that we getting back. So for example, like my photo booth cost me 1,300, I think. Yeah, 1,300 or 15. No, I think it was 13. So 1,300, and in 3 events, it was paid off.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So the return you get, it's really good. It's profitable.
yeah,
Now, how if I had a open air one, I feel like it will be more because then you don't really need someone there,
yeah.
and if anything, it's like you do it yourself, right?
It's
So
it's more portable too, in a
and
way.
yeah, and there's more. Yeah, the 360 is heavy. Like the
Yes.
freaking base is heavy. So
Yeah.
like I usually when I book the 360 with my DJ services, I take everything with me. I set it out for my wife. I have it all ready. She comes in an hour before the event, tests the 360, and we go from there. And then when the 360 is done, when we're done with that part of it, because it's only for 3 hours,
Yeah.
we I have Pee Wee go, and usually that's when like the party's already starting. It's already like mid done, and she got to go. So I usually have Pee Wee or herself. She puts everything away, and then we just one of us carry it back home.
Yeah.
Wait, carry it to the car so she can take it home. But yeah, you definitely with a 360, you need someone else. You
Yeah.
can't just you can't do it yourself.
Yeah. See
So
that
let's
one
see. Oh
with
yeah, and then
Buddy.
the tradition one, like I said. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one with Buddy for the 3 hours.
Uh huh.
I think they're doing with the attendant. Also. So for 3 hours, that's basically what it does. When they have an attendant, they'll do like hours. But yeah, we do the drop off. It's simple. Nobody has to be there. I go home or work on other stuff or go
Yeah.
rent out the 360 somewhere
Would
else.
would you know the open air for 150 an hour? That is
No,
cheap.
yeah, yeah,
That's very cheap. That's good. Like if you see return income from that,
hmm,
man, props to you because that's very cheap. That's crazy.
oh yeah,
I
yeah,
I give
yeah,
it to you, man. That's really good. Buddy said, "What softwares are you running? What is the monthly price for that? You also have to add labor and Wi-Fi. If you have a printer, you have ink and paper. Well." like Smiley was saying, all of that is an add-on. If you it's 150 for Smiley, is 150 for the open air if you want digital. If
Oh,
you want prints, then he requires someone to be there, and that
yeah.
is more money. How much you charge for printer for ink?
Also, so that one we do the hourly, or say for example, they want 2 hours, we'll do 500 for the print, unlimited
so
prints.
so 250 per hour,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that includes the person there.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
and
3 hours,
how
be
much you
like,
say you spend on paper and ink?
um, not much, honestly. Well,
Because it's
haven't
special
really,
paper. It's like picture
yeah,
paper, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But again, hasn't they haven't had many people also request prints. Not
it's
sure
kind of old
why.
school.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
But
kind of old school.
yeah, I seen some that do rent it out, that do get those. But
Yeah.
again, we haven't had many people ask us for it. But
I mean, look, to be honest, I went to a quince like last month, and they had the traditional photo booth in that one. It
oh,
looked
word.
nice. Yeah, it was nice and all. But then we got the prints with like the three little pictures, one on top of the other one, like the
Mhm.
you know how you usually get it.
Yeah.
But then if you ask me where those prints are, I don't know, probably in the trash. But but if you do it digital, it's on my phone. It
Yeah,
will be
yeah,
definitely be on my phone. So I think that in this era now, digital is better than having the paper, the
yeah,
picture paper or whatever. Why? Because let's be honest, who the hell really cares about like that little strip? Like
yeah.
you look at it or you take it home, be like, oh my god, so nice. But a month later, are you still gonna have it? Probably not.
So, in actually, to tell you the truth, man, so my wife actually had hired someone, a photo booth company, for her sister's wedding, like, what is it, 6, 7 years ago, I want to say.
Uh huh.
And we still got the print on the refrigerator, actually. They did print, and we still got it on the refrigerator.
Oh, she still does.
Yeah, yeah, we still have it, yeah.
Oh
But
man,
again,
you're one of a
again,
kind.
right? But
You're one
again,
of a
you're
kind.
talking about like years ago, right? So I was thinking about it also, even as a print, you could probably add somewhere in the bottom like your logo or your phone number, somewhere in the bottom of the print,
Some
you
type of
know.
advertisement. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And if they have it in the refrigerator, they'll be like, hey, call these people. They got their DJs or photo booth too.
Yeah,
Like
and also Smiley said, what software are you running? You run Luma Booth, right?
Luma. Yeah,
Luma Booth. I run ChopDuck on mine. Yours is $18 per month,
yeah,
right? Okay, so mine is $70 every 3 months. So it's like 20, maybe like $23. So mine's a
yeah,
little more expensive than his. But I honestly think that Smiley's it's better. Luma Booth I think is better than Chat Talk. But I mean, to each their own.
yeah,
For my needs and the way I use my 360, Chat Talk works perfectly and it does what it needs to do. And for Smiley, Luma Booth works and it's fine. So there's different ones. You don't have to marry one of them.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
so many ones because at least with the 360, every single 360, or as far as I know, comes with the remote.
yeah,
So if you don't want to use the application that comes or it's asked to use with the 360, you can use any Luma booth, for example, on the one that I have, but you're just gonna have to run the machine with the remote. That's the only con about it, as opposed to like for me right now, I press a button on the phone and it automatically starts spinning. It does the countdown 3, 2, 1, and then it starts spinning. So it works with the phone because it's connected to the application. But if I
mhm,
don't want to do it, if I want to switch from that and I want to go to Luma booth, then I will have to use the remote because my phone would not be talking to the machine itself.
yeah,
But yeah, you can use any software, whatever software you want, and like his is monthly. So let's say for a whole month he doesn't have he doesn't have any gigs, he can stop it, not pay for it, and then the next month, do it again. Mine
Yeah.
is every 3 months. So if I don't have anything those 3 months, it's pretty much $70 that I wasted.
Mm.
And I do. Luckily I do have events here and there for the 360, but like I don't post that many on my channel because my channel is more DJ related. I don't really care for the 360. I just have it because my wife decided to buy it and she wanted to do it. So that's why. But like Smiley, you do it often, man. You should be doing like more giggles with this, man.
I
You
know.
do it too, man.
That's what my wife tells me too. She's like, "You could record." I was like, "Oh, I forgot." Like we always forget, cause like you're in the middle. Even though we do everything early, finish early, it's
Yeah.
like I got other stuff on the back of my head. Like let me run over there. Let me see what else is left. And
No, man, I feel you completely because especially when I do quinces and weddings, like I'm like, okay, I take all my I take my two phones, I take my camera that I have. I'm like, okay, we're gonna record as we like walk in, present everything, right? And then
yeah,
once we get there, we're so excited to like set up everything that we forget. We forget that to record, right? And then after that, it's everything is already done and set up and everything. I'm like, oh man, we forgot to record. So
yeah,
usually it's me sitting down on my computer talking and explaining what I did because I totally forgot. So yeah, I totally understand what you mean with regards to that. You go with the mentality of recording, but
yeah.
then there's so many things going on that whoop, you forget.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong. I do got some videos. If I just don't really, I'll post them on my social medias. But I always forget YouTube.
Uh huh.
YouTube, and then just randomly I posted this one about the Coast Sparkers on YouTube. Um,
Hey man,
because it
you
was,
just post whatever you got, man, because you never know when anything, one little thing that somebody doesn't know, and they're gonna come to your video and be like, oh wow, that's what I needed,
oh yeah,
and then you're gonna get probably a new subscriber, and if not, if you don't get a subscriber, you at least answer somebody's question, and that's
yeah,
a
yeah,
win.
yeah.
That's a win-win situation for us. So that's good. So what like now for Luma Booth? Let's talk about Luma Booth. For that application, what got you to use or to go with Luma Booth? Like filters? Is it like the digital props, overlays? Like what was your choice for that app?
So personally, I'm an Android guy. My personal phone is an Android.
Okay.
Um, I was trying to see if I could use like a Android phone. Because I had another Android phone just laying around. I looked at the prices for the what is it 360 booth apps. No,
Uh-huh.
they were expensive, so I said no. And then I looked at the Luma booth. Um, I looked at Chat Talk and Snappic, different ones basically. And I said no,
Epic
let me
expensive.
yeah. And I said no, I don't need that much.
Yeah.
And I started watching this guy's video, Hustle with Drew. He's got his photo booth company. One day he actually said on one of the videos he did like 11 drop offs in one day.
Wow.
So yeah, so 11 photo booths in one day. That's how he said he started. But with the Luma booth, pricing was basically the thing for me. I started watching his videos. He was explaining like how to use it with the 360, um, how to do the what you call the digital backdrops for the regular photo booth. But yeah, again, it was mainly the pricing. But again, it was for iOS, so I had to get like an iPhone for the 360 and an iPad for the photo booth.
Uh-huh.
And $18 a month to run two devices simultaneously. It's already a win because I have had times when I had to drop off the photo booth in one location and go run the 360 in a different location. I
Okay.
don't know if the TikTok does that or Snapit, or if it's an extra charge. I do know some charge per event.
Oh,
Um, or-
to use it simultaneously?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I chat. Yeah, in ChatTalk you can use it simultaneously. Yeah, so I can run it in two different events at the same time.
Oh,
But I
okay,
think
okay.
two is max. Two is the, I believe two is the max.
Okay.
So, but yeah, man. But it's crazy how that all of that works. You know,
Yeah,
like you can have two the same application running at the same time for two different parties, two different events. That's pretty cool. Without having to pay extra on a subscription or something like that.
yeah, yeah. And see, oh, another thing with the Luma booth actually. So when they send the pictures to themselves or the videos,
Hmm.
well, even with the iPad, I do the with the regular photo booth and the 360. I remove all the options and only leave that they could only text it to them.
Okay.
The reason for that is because we get their phone numbers, but we don't spam them. But they
Yeah.
get the text that says, um, "For hire, please call our numbers." So I added our phone numbers to the text message, and of
Okay.
course,
So that's at the
most
end of the party, right?
no, no. So they could text it to themselves after they get off the 360 or after the photo booth.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's apps that everybody, they take the picture, whatever, you put your phone number, and at the end of the event, when us we go to our app in the back end and we close it for the night, it will automatically send a message to every single person that put their phone saying thank you for coming to so and so's wedding. If you wanted our services, here's our number to
Oh, wow.
every single person.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
Yeah.
know it's not Epic does it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
So
think Luma booth does that. I might have to look into that because that's actually sounds like a nice feature though.
yeah, it's a nice feature. I don't TikTok doesn't do that.
Okay.
But it is a nice feature that I know SnackPick does it because I was like researching about it. I thought it was a pretty cool feature that at the end of the day, you get because you have so many phone numbers that you get from every
Yeah.
single person that's in there, that goes in there, and then you just can automatically just once you press close on the application, it sends a message saying thank you for coming to so and so's wedding or quince whatever. Here, if you want to hire us, here's our information. So that's pretty
Oh,
cool because it's in a text message and it's at the end. It's the last message they get too. So
yeah.
that's good. Now, to that, what are some what do I want to say, this conflicts that you gotten from this? So let me give you an example. A lot of people are scared of the 360 photo booth. A lot of people think that this 360 photo booth, like the actual base, is gonna spin.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why they think that.
Feel like am I gonna
We Yeah, we got hired for one we got hired for one house party, right? And we went. It was I set up the 360 and everything. My wife was there, and then nobody was coming to the 360 for like the
Oh,
first 30 to 40 minutes. So I was like, what was going on? What's wrong? Like, I didn't understand.
yeah.
And I told my wife, like, hey, you want to come and go ahead and invite people to come in and like, try it, right? Because everybody was like, I want to say
Oh,
45 and older.
oh,
So, a little older people.
yeah.
So they were like, yeah. So my wife went out to this lady and she was like, hey, would you like to get in the 360 so so you guys can have memories on your phone or whatever? She was like, oh no, thank you. I'm scared of things I'm scared of that thing because it's gonna move. And she was like, no, what moves is the arm. The arm goes around, which makes the 360 effect. And she was
Mhm.
like, oh, the base doesn't move. And she was like, no, can you imagine if the person literally is going like this? So
Wow.
she was like, no, it's just the arm, not the it's not the thing, like not the base, just the arm. And she was like, oh, okay, bro. After like 3 minutes, boom, a line. There was a line of like 50, 60 year olds like in a line taking videos. It was so funny that
Yeah.
it took me to tell my wife, yo, nobody's coming. Like they're wasting their money on
Yeah.
this if they're not using it. So and then
Yeah.
she went and talked to them. Once they figure out that it was the arm that moves and not the base,
Mm.
everybody coming up and like they kept coming like 2 3 times because they thought it was fun
Oh
that the
yeah,
thing goes
yeah,
around. And then you can make it like fast, slow, normal, or
yeah,
slow motion or whatever, however you want to do it. And you can even add a song to it. You
yeah,
can do overlays. You can do frames. You can add pictures. You can add emojis or a whole bunch of stuff that you can do to this to the application.
yeah.
And what's up, Chin? 36ers goal at the flying sausage. Well, uh, yeah, that's what they thought. That's honestly what they thought it was because they thought that the 360 actually like the base was gonna spin. Like, oh, no, it doesn't spin.
Yeah.
But
No.
but it's funny. So anything like that has happened to you?
Yeah. So the first time we brought out the 360 booth. It was at a wedding.
Uh huh.
Um, we didn't know exactly how to, what we're really doing, so we kind of gave it like a huge discount. Basically like 300 for like 3 4 hours. I don't even know. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
once we got the hang of it, yeah,
Uh
we
huh.
raised the price. But again, we didn't do no overlay, none of that, because we didn't know how to do it then. We had
Yeah.
just,
It's just plain simple.
yeah, plain
Uh,
simple. But
okay.
they had a band, and we were DJing also at that wedding.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so whenever the band was playing, um, we actually had announced it that it was gonna be the band playing, and we were gonna run the 360 booth. At first nobody was getting on it, and then the quinceañera, or no, was it? No, no, the daughter of the couple, the the bride and groom, she actually got on it, and then the bride and groom came, and after that, like, no lie, the hour every time the band was playing, every hour we had a crazy line. Like, I think it was a block long. I might be
Yeah.
exaggerating, but the line never went down.
Yeah. And two things about the 360 that I've run into, and my wife has also told me. One, it takes time. It's not like the standalone where you can just press 3 2 1, boom, picture go. No, the 360 is time consuming because it takes about 10 seconds of the thing spinning, to get the specific frames. So it's time consuming, and your line can add up.
Yeah,
Literally, can look like the DMV. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
that one thing, and then the other one, it's one of the biggest problems for us is when a quinceañera goes on it with a big ass dress, the arm gets stuck on the dress, so it won't spin that much. So that's another thing because they have to hold their dress, the big thing,
yeah,
and then weddings, the bride when they have the long thing hanging, or their dress is very long, they need to hold it for the arm to go around. So that's like I want to say maybe the next of the 360, but besides that, it's a very fun thing to do, very fun thing to use, and like the effect that it gives, it's so cool.
yeah.
So yeah, any cons that you see on a 360 in
Um,
general, or for the open air? I mean, for the open air, not really. How many people can you fit in an open air? Like,
so we typically say at least, I would say 5 to 6 at the max, because it's like we try to put about, what is it? I want to say 5 feet away, 5 6 feet,
okay.
yeah, 5 feet away max from the wall.
Uh-huh.
Um, and they just try to figure out how they want. But the good thing about ours, though, it rotates. So you see, like the one you got right there, that one just
Yeah.
stays in that position. Ours goes horizontal or vertical. So that's one thing I did wanted to look at. That was a major thing for me, because
Hold on, wait. Your open air goes horizontal and
yeah,
vertical?
yeah,
Oh,
it rotates. So that's one major thing I wanted to look into, getting
uh-huh.
into one. So yeah,
Okay.
sure it does that, because you got couples that might want it horizontal, others might want it vertical. So you got that option.
Okay, okay. I like
Yeah,
that. I like that option. I don't know if this one can do that, but
it
being
doesn't
able
look
to
like
turn it
it.
vertical or horizontal, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Legit. That's legit.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Chin said it gets dangerous when kids mess with it. Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
it does because a lot of kids think that it's fun to just jump on it. Like they jump, they hop on, hop off, hop on, hop off, or they're trying to grab the arm and run around with it.
yeah.
So those things. That's what you need in a tenant. You need someone there to tell them, yeah, you can't do that because I don't know in like I don't know about Americans, but majority of like Hispanic in the Hispanic community, the kids do whatever they want. Like they're running around everywhere, and
Yeah.
the parents are like doing something else, and then you have to be there. Or usually the kids like to grab the props and start playing with it, and then they leave with it.
Oh my God,
Like
those
so
are
if you don't have someone there, if you don't have someone there, you're gonna end up
tough.
with no props or everything's gonna be broken. Has that happened to you with kids?
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
So they do go. We got like the microphone. What's it?
The inflatable ones
The
or
inflatable
the
ones.
real
Yeah,
one? Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah. Okay.
inflatable. Yeah. But again, we got ours from Timu.
Uh-huh.
They're like $1 or whatever for like 13. But
Okay.
either way, we still charge. That's why we charge $50 for the props.
For props, okay.
Yeah, so if one of them gets lost, it's like it was $1 or something, say
Yeah,
for
it's not
example.
another.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but if you don't charge for them and they end up getting lost at every event, you gotta pay out of whatever you made from that or out of your pocket. So if
Yeah.
they get lost or stolen, I'm basically already just using that same money and just buying what you call it, extras.
Exactly. Yeah. But it comes out of you at the end of the day, it comes out of your business pocket now. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
you lose profit pretty
yeah.
much. Now, let me ask you a question. Let's say that you get hired to do a quince, right? How do you or what's your ideal way to coordinate with a DJ? So you're not a DJ, but you are going there for the salsa booth or the or the open air one or the 360 booth. How do you communicate with the DJ or do you expect them like how does that work?
Oh yeah, no, that's a good question. Yeah, because actually did one with they had a different DJ and they hired us for the 360 at
Uh
this
huh.
one particular quinceañera. And it's funny because I was in the room before the venue, so they had to walk through that room where I was at with the 360 to
Uh huh.
get to the dance floor and the tables basically. But the DJ did come up, after they finished loading up. We did talk and basically introduced each other. And I told him, hop on the 360. He got his video. He was basically one of the first people they hopped on before I even opened up. And I was like, yeah, man, if you don't mind, if you could announce it to the crowd, hey, we're opening up at this time the 360 booth. Um, but honestly, he never did. That's what really got me though. He didn't do it, but it was funny because again, I'm in the main entrance basically, so everybody that was coming in, they got to see the 360 booth as soon as they walked in, and the party was basically in that little room. Everybody came out there. I had a little speaker. It was before I had the EV, so I had a little JBL speaker because the DJ wasn't playing good music to like vibe to. So I played from my phone with some random music.
So you take a speaker to your 360 events.
Yeah, I ended up. Yeah, I did take one. But now even after that, now I take. I'll be using the EV.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah, play your own music. Yeah, because you know what? That's another thing for the 360 because you want the people to like move or
yeah,
like dance or something, right? So they need music, and if you're outside, away from where the party is, like where the DJ is, you need some type of music, or else it's just awkward to move and that's in
yeah,
silence.
yeah,
So yeah, so that I also take my EV every now and then. I do use my EVs or we play music or something. But
yeah, yeah,
majority of the time, at least when we're getting higher for the 360, I do ask the client to keep us as close to the party as possible. That way they can go based on the music that the DJ has. If not, then if they can't, then I'll just take my own speaker. But again, we run into the issue that I could be playing better music than the DJs, and everybody's just
Yeah,
on my my little thing, and then
yeah,
nobody's dancing with the DJ. And you don't want to, we don't want to obstruct the DJ's job, but at the same time, we have to make sure that our business is being handled. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah, for
another
sure.
thing, do if the DJ, like you said, the DJ in this case did not call it, but let's say that a lot of you see that it's been an hour and no one has gone. Do you
Mhm.
go out of your way to invite people into the 360
Oh yeah,
or no?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll definitely I'll show them. I always carry a little video on my phone,
Uh huh.
and especially in these type of cases, say for example, it'll be easy for me to get to. I'm like, hey, this is what it does. If I already did like a test video with the 360 from that day, I'll
Uh
show
huh.
them from the phone. Hey, look, you want video like this? Come on. We got props. Just go wild with it, have a good time. And yeah, once they see that one, two, three people get up, more people follow basically. And same thing with the standalone. With that event we did with Mr. Cumbia with the AI.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we had the photo booth there, but we did announce it and people didn't use it. And I did go to someone I knew there. Actually, they were at the party. I was like, hey, can you help me out, bro? It's like ain't nobody using it. You mind going take a couple pictures, go wild with it, whatever. Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
little table he told his family they got up. That photo booth was being used throughout the whole night after that. So it again just takes one, two people to go ahead and
Yeah, yeah. But it's he can see his body grabbing people.
hey, I
Yeah,
benched 235, so might as well.
might be like, hey, fool, come over here, take a picture. Oh man, that's funny. But hey, sometimes that's what you have to do because again, they're your customers are paying money for this,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
for not to put it to use, it's
Yeah.
you pretty much doing a disservice to them. So yeah, it's a good way, like the way you do it. Maybe in a nice way, and
Yeah.
not grabbing people, but your way, or like how my wife does it. She walks out to people, like explains what like the 360 is, because apparently they think that the damn thing is gonna spin.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like bring people out, show them what it does, show them how
Mhm.
it looks, and then let them know. Like, and it's very easy. Just put your phone number, and it's gonna be sent to you. So, like for instance, in Luma booth, you take the picture first of the video,
Mhm.
and then, or in this case, depending on what you're doing, you take the picture or the video first. Then it loads up, and then you have to put your phone number, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. For chat talk is the opposite. So you gotta scan a QR code that it creates. So every
Mhm.
event creates a specific QR code. You scan that QR code. You put your phone number there. That phone number, once you press OK, it generates its own QR code, which it gives. You have to give that to my wife. She connects it to the phone, like scans it on the phone. The phone automatically adapts it. The thing goes, 10 seconds spinning,
Yeah.
and then you gotta wait 3 seconds, and then it automatically sends a message to your phone saying, "Hey, thank you for using the thank you for using ChatDog, something blah blah. Here's your video," and then you can see then you can see your video. But yours is the opposite. Yours is
Yeah.
that you take the picture first and then the phone, then you
Yeah.
put your phone number. Okay.
See, and another thing with your links, so you know how it creates the link basically that you could send to the bride or the groom or the parents of the quinceañera for them to
Yeah.
keep. I charge $20 for that extra. I tell them it's a 1 year link, even though it's basically there until as long as you have Luma Booth.
I mean, you know
Yeah,
what?
it's an
And it,
official thing that you gotta do. Basically, go there and send. Even though it could take you 5 seconds to email it. They don't know that.
uh
Yeah, it's still part of work, basically.
what is it their photo booth where people can QR code for some request? Wait, is there their photo? Wait, what? Wait, is I can't read, bro. Wait,
Uh-huh.
is there a photo booth where people scan QR code for some requests? I don't know if there's a photo booth that can do that, but there are applications that you can scan a QR code to do some requests. And I
Yeah,
think Virtual DJ have that, right?
I
Virtual
think
DJ
it.
has that. I
Yeah.
know another one is called nosongrequest.com. That's
Hmm.
an app where you generate it generates a QR code. You put that on your wherever you want. People can go scan the QR code and then send you whatever song they want. Obviously, it asks for the singer and then the song. And like Buddy said, request now. Request now is also another app, and I think there's a few more that are coming up now that are like I don't know if they're trending, but you know what? Something that I've gotten because I use nosongrequest.com, and what I've noticed is that a lot of people prefer to walk up to you and ask you directly than to use the request form.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Chen, if you really want to look into it, request now, like Buddy said, is one. No song request is another one. Obviously, that's just the name of the
Yeah.
application. When you create your own account and whatever, it doesn't say no song request. It's just a link that sends you to your portal. You put the phone number. You not the phone number. You put the name of the singer, the name of the song that you want, and then it works. But the best one and the most trusty one is what Buddy says, pen and paper. That's another one I know. And this is good having pen and paper and people write it down because couple things. One, that forces people to know the damn name song, the song of the name
Yeah.
of the song, because you're always getting these people, like especially drunk people that come here. Hey, can you play that song that goes na 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 na? Like, no, I don't know that song. Like, what song
Yeah.
is that? It's from this guy, and it's actually a girl that sings it, but it's from this guy. I don't know. I was like, go find out and bring it to me when you have it. Then they come back and like, oh yeah, it's Mana. I'm like, bro, really? What is na 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 na? Like, or, or like there was this song. This hip hop song. It's OOOUUU. That's the name of the song.
What?
I don't know if you know, but anyways, this girl came up to me and she's like, "Hey, can you play oh?" I was like, "Huh?
Oh,
What is that? I've never heard that song." And
that's
she was
why.
like, "Well, no, like, it's this one." And she showed me her phone, and I was like, "Oh, it's from Young Ma.
Oh, young. Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know which one I'm talking about then.
Yeah, something Heffany or Stephanie or something
Yeah,
like that."
yeah. I
Okay,
know.
so that song it's OOOUUU. So she was like, "Can you play that OOU song?" I was like, "What?" Like, so yeah, so like pen and paper, it's good because it forces people to know what song they want with, and sometimes they come up to you and they're like, "Hey, can you play? I don't know, can you play this song from it's El baile del perrito?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a merengue version, there's a cumbia version. Which one do you want? There's two
Yeah,
different singers that sing the same song. Now you play one and they're like, "Oh no, it's not that one," but you didn't specify,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So pen and paper helps a lot when it comes to song requests.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, again, request now, no song request.com or pen and paper will do just fine. Well,
Yeah.
however, whatever flows your boat and it works easier for you, I guess. And do you have anyone that you can recommend?
So what I've done, I'll create like a playlist for that day on either on YouTube or Spotify,
Uh
and
huh.
I'll name it by like say the day of whatever day it is, right? Say for example today 5/22. That's what I'll put,
Yeah.
and once they come up with a request, I'll give them my phone, and they'll basically type it up, and I'll add that song to the playlist on the phone, and then once I got a chance, I'll look it up on my computer.
Gotcha.
Basically, yeah, yeah. So it'll be on the list, instead of because like even though paper pen and paper is good, but some people got ugly handwriting.
Yeah,
I'm one
I
of
was
them.
gonna say that. I was gonna say that some people got like my handwriting is really bad. Mine is like chicken scratch.
Yeah,
Literally, you just see a lot of U's because I'm like just First of
they
all, I'm
gonna sing that
left-handed.
Young May song.
I'm left-handed, and I just like really like I can barely read my own writing. So that tells you a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so do you have do you have contract a contract for specifically just for photo booth or no?
Yeah.
You do?
So I think I do got contracts for just photo booth or even just if we rent out anything,
Uh huh.
everything is through contracts. Like say last Saturday I went to run the Dancing on the Clouds in one city. My wife went to run the Coast Sparklers in another city for another wedding.
Uh-huh.
Yes, both had contracts. Um, but yeah, so that's the reason why I actually did the video with the co-sparklers with the tablet to make it easy on my wife too. So she was actually practicing all week until
Uh-huh.
she got it right, because I was like, no, send me a video of you finishing it. I'm gonna go to the gym, send me a video because basically you gotta be doing like if I'm not here, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
Of course.
basically there, like even though I was there, like she was focusing that I was there. I was like, no, I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow. Send me a video when you finish. And yeah,
Yeah,
she did it. She did it a couple times. Yeah,
she
basically,
got it.
like that's basically how it's gonna be. I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah. So for your ghost sparklers, obviously you have one as master, and then the other ones are just daisy chain, right?
No. So as you could say, so I got two with the DMX. What you call it?
Sunset?
Receivers. Yeah,
Oh,
with
they're
sound.
okay.
And then I got two plugged up. And yeah, basically, I guess you could say that. So one of them on each side, because even though it's four,
Uh-huh.
one on each side is giving the signal to the other one.
Oh, to
Um,
give better, I guess to give better reception.
for the DMX, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of
Okay.
having to run four wireless DMX, it I
Uh-huh.
just put two and connect the other two on the outside.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, oh, damn, we're past. So, just to wrap it up, for you, like, what advice would you give someone that's thinking to start a photo booth business? Like, what to do, what to look for, like, what what would you advise them to do?
I mean, first of all, I would say don't worry about the competition. There's gonna be competition on anything you do. Um, Even if you doubt yourself, try it out. Because I mean, you just never know how good it'll go. Um, Remember the 10x rule. It took me a while to understand the 10x rule. But if you do, say you charge $500 for an event, times that times 10, that's $5,000 that you probably didn't have. That's more than enough for of the investment basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I try to even have my siblings understand, like the 10x rule, like do this, try it out, um, do the research on the apps. Don't go too cheap on the equipment, of course. I would even say don't buy secondhand equipment either. Like say for a photo booth for a 360, only because you want it to last you at least 3 to 4 years. If that goes, even it could even last longer. But you don't want it to last you a month and then you're back up to buying another one basically. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
uh,
in my again, I don't really talk much about photo booth because again, I don't really promote mine, but I would
mhm,
say, like Smiley said, the and I have this mentality, and that's why I like to like share all my everything that I know. I have no problems helping and sharing with other DJs and other business owners because I feel like the sun shines for everyone.
yeah.
Like just because I tell you how I do things and you tell me how you do things doesn't mean that I'm gonna lose my clients to you, or you're gonna lose your clients to me because one, we're in a different state. Two,
Exactly.
we and even if we were in the same state, there is so many people
Yeah.
and there are so many events that you can run in one day, and I might have the chance to do it the other ones that you can't do, or vice
Yeah.
versa. So another thing is starting a business. It's very, very hard because it's not an easy road. It's really hard, and especially this type of businesses like photo booths, DJ. It's
Yeah.
it's a very lonely. I think any type of business is very lonely because you have to spend a lot of time into your business
Yeah.
in order for it to grow. And yes, you're probably gonna lose friends. You're gonna be in a lot of arguments, a lot of fights with your significant other because you're spending more time in this than with them. And I say it because I've done it. For me
Yeah.
to learn and be comfortable with this, the DJ stuff. I spend a lot of time in DJing, and the only one that really believed in me was my wife. Even though
Yeah.
she was like, "Man, you spend more time in the decks than with us," but I'm not like, "Yeah, I understand, but like, this is gonna be worth it at the end."
Yeah.
So and it's a bumpy road. It's hard, but you if you have the right person with you, you can only go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
For
don't
sure.
get discouraged. It's gonna be hard, but if you hustle, you're gonna make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I can leave you guys with. And I just want to thank you, Smiley, for hopping on. Man,
Oh,
you say
thank you.
you saved the day talking about 360s and photos with me, man. Because again, I know it. I know the business. I just don't really promote it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't, I don't like to talk about things I don't show or don't promote because people might might think like why he doesn't do this, like he doesn't know, right?
Yeah.
But speaking with someone that runs it and knows about it, and you can tell me if I'm lying or not, that's better, because
Yeah.
I'm straight up. I like the 360. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's just that my mentality is more into like I love the music part. I
Oh
live and
yeah.
work hanging out the business. But all right. Well, what did Shin say? He said, "Be a DJ is not easy. It takes time to practice and learn." Yes, a lot of time, a lot of practice, and expensive, man. It is expensive to be a DJ. And Buddy said, "Great show, guys." No, thank you, Buddy, for your
Buddy.
time. Shin, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to our nonsense and our photo booth stories. But yeah, man, we'll see you guys next episode, next show, next week. And again, thank you. So see ya. Peace.
Thank you. Peace. Peace.